That's right. And we're going to see if it can be done. We're going to take and sip on this Goffel Radler. And I've got the American Pitmaster brisket rub. Here's my knife. So I'm going to attempt to do a full brisket. Yeah, it's a small brisket. But we're going to do it in the 𝐁r𝐢s𝐤e𝐭 smoke pellet grill. We're going to see if we can get that done. Nice little portable grill. Right now I'm just shaping it up and cutting up some of this fat off of it. I'm actually going in with some mustard for my binder on this one. And we're going to see if we can smoke this brisket on that pellet grill. Coming in with Mr. Arnitex's brisket rub, which is a fantastic brisket rub. I've used it before on another brisket cook, and it was actually my favorite brisket rub at this time. Very, very good stuff. Go out there and get yourself some. We're at pitmaster.us. Here is a close look at the finished, trimmed, and seasoned brisket. And I'm going to place it in this foil tray here, wrap foil around it, and place it in the refrigerator overnight. And here we are the next morning. I'm going to go ahead and fill the pellet hopper with some of 𝐁r𝐢s𝐤e𝐭's apple pellets to get this cook going. Here's a look at the pellet grill itself. Nice little unit. This will be my second cook in it. The first cook that I did on this thing was some chicken wings. They turned out fantastic. I'm going to get rid of that upper rack, that warmer rack that was in there, to make room for the brisket. And I'm just going to top off the pellets and get this thing rocking. And we're just going to let it roll at 225. I've got a Lone Star light that I'm going to fill my little liquid tray with, just to get some beer steamage going on that delicious brisket. Slide the tray back in. And I just wanted to show you the kind of smoke output that this little machine puts out. It's a really good smoking machine. Highly recommend this little cooker. It's been great. Performs nice. These pellets smell amazing as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and place this brisket in here. And I'm going to cook it no different than what I do on all my other cookers. I'm going fat side up. And that's how we're going to do it. And I've got the little meat probe just to monitor the internal temp. I'm going to stick it and I'm just going to let it go. And here's the setup, guys. Fat side up, mustard binder, and brisket rub. And we are closing the lid. And guys, check out what this thing looks like. We are probably at hour number 5 at this point. And we've got some really good looking color going. It's smelling amazing. I'm very impressed with what this thing's looking like. And at this point, guys, I let this thing cook. I am not going to wrap it. I'm just going to let it go and let it finish. I'm looking for an internal temp of 200 so I can pull it and just wrap it in some foil and let it rest. And this is where we're at this point, guys. I'm just going to pull this thing off. Nice, delicious brisket in, I want to say it was about 7.5 to 8 hours. But that's the temp that I got. That's the fat side up right there. Look at that bark that it created. It honestly doesn't look any different than any of my other cookers when I've done brisket. Other than the size. Obviously it's smaller, so to fit in that cooker. I'm going to probe it a couple of times so you guys can see how tender this thing is. And you can also see the internal temps that I was hitting. Right there, we're done. And you can see up close the juice coming out of this thing. Nice hot spots on some spots. But I'm not going to put it back on the cooker. I am just going to wrap it up in foil and let this thing rest. This thing is done. And we're going to let it rest until dinner time, and that's it. But since the grill is still lit, I'm going to go ahead and raise the temp and put some of these 𝐁r𝐢s𝐤e𝐭 sausages in it. Let's get some sausages to go with this brisket for some delicious eating. And yes, I'm drinking Lone Star Light that day. And yes, that is a 𝐁r𝐢s𝐤e𝐭. But yes, this is the 𝐁r𝐢s𝐤e𝐭 350. And it is a fantastic little cooker, you guys. I highly recommend you guys get one. I think you will be very satisfied with its performance. Obviously, the brisket's pretty small to eat sliced up, so my intention the entire time was to chop it up. So that was the Bavarian knife edge. But let's go down the center and let's see what kind of results we got on this little thing. Look at that juice coming out of that brisket. The fat rendered nicely. Amazing looking bark. This is after about a 2-hour rest. It's slicing really nicely. It tastes fantastic. Delicious. I was shocked. And fantastic results. I mean, there's a little picture of that flat. Pulls apart very nicely. Very, very good flavor coming off of this thing. The flat came out great. I'm going into the point here, getting some burnt ends, which were fantastic. Little cross section of the point. Nice and juicy. Perfectly cooked, you guys. But again, I was going to make sandwiches out of this thing. I just wanted to see if the 𝐁r𝐢s𝐤e𝐭 could do it. I just wanted to chop it all up, get both muscles mixed together, make some delicious brisket sandwiches for dinner. And I'll tell you what, that's exactly what it was. It was just delicious sandwiches. There's my sandwich right there with some white onions. I've got a sausage wrap right there, and I've got some Cool Ranch Doritos and a cold beer. I got some BBQ sauce. Let's not forget the pickles, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. It worked. It was fantastic. Peace out. I want to reach the palm tree, hanging down by the sea, by the sea. I want to reach